another book that continues to be good is Underwinter, which I
Yay!
think is still one
Underwinter.
of the absolute coolest comics that's coming out. And I'm pretty sure both of you agree with me, but I think this might have been my favorite issue yet. Which I feel like I say every month when Underwinter comes out, but I reviewed it, so I kind of want to know what you guys thought.
Alex, I don't know if you want to take that away.
It's it's more Underwinter. I mean,
Sure.
it's I think it's the biggest book for me where I'm just sort of every time I'm just sort of like, well, we've said everything about the art and how the story goes, and like, it's really good. Read this book, check it out. It's like nothing that you're reading right now, unless you're reading it. But buy 2 copies, whatever. Um, it's good stuff. Check out Underwinter.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's like every issue does kind of add some new dynamic to it, though. Where, like, the ways in which Ray Fox is kind of portraying the characters descending into insanity, like, he finds new ways to do it with every issue. And you see some of those, like, kind of recurring, like the ink, like, one of the characters, like, just leaving ink blotches everywhere. But this issue is, like, the first place where, like, the lettering really comes into play with the one character who hears everything echo, and then you see, like, the different sized text boxes and thought bubbles, and then, like, just words that aren't even in bubbles appearing on the pages. And then later you see text boxes where the words are all, like, inked out and blurred, so you can, like, kind of make out letters, but you can't really figure out what they're saying. And it's really, like, it's astonishing that to me that a comic can sort of portray audio in a way, right, where there's this sense of, like, Fox being able to hit on, like, all of their senses deteriorating, and being able to find ways to do that with text without actually hearing people say, like without actually having people talk, and that being garbled or whatever in the way that you would do it in a TV show or film or whatever, is really cool to me. It's just stuff like that. Like, I think that he does what almost no other, like, and this is obviously heavily influenced by Lovecraft, but even Lovecraft wasn't as good as describing or illustrating what, like, the sort of descent into madness that would happen in a lot of his work.
So
Yeah.
in summary, Ray Fox better than Lovecraft.
Yeah,
I think the thing is, a lot of authors are probably better than Lovecraft.
Well, yeah, but
I love Lovecraft. He's a great idea man.
he's not a
dialogue
great
is really
writer.
bad.
yeah, I know
His
it's true.
prose can be really clunky.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But I mean, it's also easy for people to. It's easier for people to do it now because, like, they can look at his work and take stuff from it, right?
I
Yeah.
mean, it is, but also, like, Lovecraft leans heavily on just telling you that you can't that things are so impossible to understand, right? Which, like, is part of his writing that is good, I think, sometimes, like that. I mean, or it's an idea that's good, but I think that what Ray Fox does here, specifically because he does it in the comics medium, is find ways to actually showcase why these things are so impossible to understand, through, like, the visuals and the text and the dialogue and the monologue and everything. And in that sense, I think that this is a very important, like, installment in sort of, like, the Lovecraftian horror genre, right?
Yeah.
Because it finds ways to do things that even Lovecraft couldn't, and other authors in the genre haven't really explored in a deep manner, at least as far as I know.
And I think on just a more micro level within the comic itself, it handles the character backstory and character work a lot better than, because it was issue 2 or 3 that kind of tried to get more into about the characters, and it didn't work as well. And I feel like this time it does.
Yeah, with flashbacks.
Yeah, which are cool because they're outlined in a different color. All the flashbacks are in red. So you have this, like, visual, it doesn't have to say then now. It's just like this visual cue that, we're in a flashback.
Right.
Yeah, this comic really it respects the reader. It doesn't try to dumb it down, which is why part of it why it's so great.
Yeah.
It doesn't say flashback or anything. It's just like the subtle art changes and all that. So
I mean, it also just has like some absolutely beautiful panels. Like, I mean, most of this book is like not what I would describe as like pretty, right?
Yeah.
Even though I really do like the art style, I like it because of how it complements the story. But then there are pages like the last page of this book
Yeah.
where they're playing
so
and it's blacks and
good.
reds, and it just looks like it's breathtaking to look at. I also really like the opening monologue of this like kind of attempt to describe what the characters are feeling, or at least what the one character is feeling. I think that like Fox's prose is just really good at describing an emotion or feeling that is really hard to put into words. And it's clear that it's hard to put into words, but he does a good job of it still, I think.
It's a good prose coming from this character too.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not something because the character with the blue hair is definitely, they're all fucked up in their own ways, which is one of the things I like about this book. But just to kind of have her, because she always seemed like kind of like the trying to be the tough one,
Yeah.
and so to her have this like introspective moment of like actual almost poetry coming out of her mouth.
Yeah.
It's almost like another thing of like the world is really falling apart. The tough one is speaking in poems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. You should read Underwinter.
Yeah, buy it.